Hey everybody, it's me, NOWSKI, Tim, and I am here to do a video about nursing because I know I have not done a nursing video in about 8 months, which is the amount of time that I've been a new nurse. And so in this video, I wanted to talk about what it's like to be a new nurse, things that I've experienced and the things I've learned, and just kind of say what it's like. So yeah, enjoy this nursing blog video on my webcam because I was too lazy to set up my fancier camera. So yeah, I have been a new nurse I'm in my 8th month right now, working for a pretty large hospital system in South Carolina, and I was hired to work in the CCU, which is the coronary care unit. Basically, it's a cardiac ICU, and I started off, when you first start any nursing position, you go through an orientation. So my orientation to become an ICU nurse, if you're a new grad, was 18 weeks, which was awesome because I wanted every moment of that 18 weeks. Did not want it to be shorter because I felt like I was learning a ton, and I liked having a preceptor with me during that period of time. So my orientation went for 18 weeks. Half of it was on day shift, or a little more of half of it was on day shift, and then the rest I was oriented on night shift because most new nurses, at least in this area, and I think it's common throughout the United States, when you're a new grad, you usually can pick up a night shift position easier than you can pick up a day shift position because the more veteran nurses seem to want to take those day shift positions, and the night shift positions are available. So I got hired into a night shift ICU position, which was kind of unexpected because sometimes the ICUs don't want new grads, they want more experienced nurses, but my hospital is pretty cool where they do hire new grads into the ICUs at certain times, and they train you in everything, which was real neat. So throughout your orientation, you're with a more experienced nurse, where at first you might be watching them do stuff, then you're doing stuff along with them, and then they're kind of standing back and they're watching you do all of the nursing care. And then after that, you get set free and you are doing nursing on your own. So the phases that I went through in regards to being a new nurse was orientation phase. You feel great, you feel comfortable, you have someone alongside you who's showing you the ropes. Even when you're doing things on your own, you know they're like right there and they're gonna catch you if you're doing something wrong, or if you have a question, you get it answered basically immediately. So you felt great, you felt comfortable. Then you get set free, or not set free, you basically just you take your position as a nurse and you start doing things on your own, and you basically freak out because you're on your own, you're making all the decisions, you don't have someone who's basically standing right there that you can ask the question to, and you gotta start doing it. You gotta put on your big boy pants, big girl pants, and start being a real nurse. So that was the second phase of being a new nurse. You freak out a little bit that you're on your own and you really wish you still had your preceptor with you. But the next phase is basically realizing it's okay because you have a team of nurses around you who are there to help you answer questions whenever you have a question, and you realize that you're not alone. And I realized that pretty quickly after my little period of being set, on my own. I realized, okay, it's okay. We have a team with you, and it's okay. Like, you start to settle into being a new nurse and doing your nursing duties. And then the next phase, at least for me in the ICU, was where you basically have your first patient who's dying, and you might have a nice anxiety attack because you're like, you've never experienced this before, your patient's doing terrible, things are going downhill, but you start putting into motion everything that you've learned, calling the doctors, getting the right medicines, asking other more experienced nurses what to do in this situation because you've never experienced it before. Maybe you have on your orientation, or maybe this is a new situation. And so you have maybe a couple of those moments where you still have some anxiety attacks because you're having very acute patients, your patients aren't doing so well. And then you get to the next phase where you really start to get comfortable with your job. And that is the phase that I'm in right now. And that's probably why I feel comfortable making a video now, because I'm at that stage into my 8th month of nursing where, I'm feeling okay. Like, just being given a patient and being able to jump in and start taking care of them, even though their acuity level might be really high. There might be a lot of crazy family dynamics going on. They might be receiving all these meds that maybe you've never even heard of. I'm at the point where I'm comfortable to figure out the answers if I don't know them, and just go into the situation calmly, even though there might be a lot of chaos. And from what I hear, that's the case for a lot of new nurses. It takes, right around a year till you start to feel comfortable in your job. And during those periods where you're really anxious or you're freaking out, you might be like, oh my God, what am I doing? Why am I a nurse? Why am I in this unit? Why am I not in that unit? And am I doing the right thing? But realize that's normal for a new nurse to experience, I think, and things will calm down. You just gotta tell yourself that you're in this position for a reason. They hired you for a reason. They think that you're good. You're gonna learn every day something new, and that's okay. Just kind of put it in your head, and the next time that situation comes around, you might remember it. And things just get better, and you get more comfortable. You feel a little more calm in the crazy situations, and you actually start to enjoy stuff a lot more. So that is at the stage that I am in now, which is nice. So I'm realizing that I have a lot of stuff that I want to talk about concerning being a new nurse, so I'm going to divide it up into multiple videos. The next video you can get to by clicking right here, where I will talk about things that I have learned as a new nurse, or things that I have had to become a little more comfortable with. In my case, in an ICU, so it might be more geared towards ICU nurses, but I think it could actually work for any type of new nurse. So you can watch that right here and continue this series of being a new nurse, nursing vlogs by NOWSKI. Click it. Click it. Why haven't you clicked it yet? You're taking way too long to click it.